grandpa was a coal miner, but I never really thought much about it until I came across a picture. Ever since I was real little, I loved discovering. It didn't much matter what I discovered, as long as I was outside discovering. I had arrowheads, fossils, and rocks, and when I was 6, I took every bit of my birthday money and spent it on rocks. I had decided I was going to be an archaeologist or a coal miner, just like my grandpa. He wasn't really my grandpa, though. He was my great-grandpa. Mama said he mined coal all over Kentucky and Virginia. When my grandma, my mother's mom, was really little, they moved to Wilder, Tennessee. Mama said, "The best way to learn about your great-grandma is to talk to your grandma. She lived those years and she knows firsthand how it really happened." I guess Mama had already told Grandma while we were coming, because she was loaded for bear when we got there, waiting for us on the front porch. "Let's sit right here in this rocking chair, honey. I understand that you want to hear the stories about my daddy and our coal mining days." I was just a few years old when Daddy moved us from the mines in Kentucky to Wilder, Tennessee. Me and Mama didn't really want to leave because we had a pretty nice little house. It was whitewashed with a white picket fence across the front. When Daddy went to the mines, I'd help Mama in the house, and we'd go out and play with the little black boys that lived beside us. I did not know that they had black kids back then, Grandma. I thought she was going to fall out of her chair laughing. Of course they had black children back then, and I had the best little black friend. I always loved going and playing in his yard because his yard always smelled the best. How long did you stay in Tennessee, Grandma? Well, I was still there when I was still little when we changed. Changed? What do you mean changed? Wilder was a little more progressive, though, than the other towns. Do you know that we even had a hotel? I guess they were the best because we had electricity and nobody else had electricity. The railroad company paid pretty good, just for the coal miners, though. Our coal mine was on the Wilder seam. What's a seam, Grandma? It's a line that runs side by side through the mountain. Well, I say mountain, but Daddy had to go sometimes 180 feet or more down in the ground to get to the coal. He used to tell me and Mama about having to go way down in the ground. It wasn't much in a hole. It was more of the side of a mountain. Daddy was part of the United Mine Workers. The company just kept lowering Daddy's wages, and after the 3rd time, those coal miners was tired of it. They're strong as steel and said nobody was going to treat them that way. Well, Daddy's group had a leader named Barney Graham. He was a fine man, and he tried real hard to help all his men. After the last time, Daddy and the men went out on strike. Mama didn't know how long in the world that we would make it, but Barney said we were protesting low pay and inhumane conditions. The Fentress Coal and Coke Company, Daddy's company, said we weren't going to take part in any of that, so they replaced Daddy and all the work. Wilder, Maine finally got closed by the federal mine inspectors by using the wrong kind of a drill. Ain't nothing left in Wilder except an overgrown cemetery and a few people living in a ghost town that made national news, and a hand-drawn map of Wilder. Singers even wrote some songs. There's even one about old Barney Graham. It's called The Ballad of Barney Graham. Loretta Lynn even talked about nothing lives there anymore except for the memories. Daddy's face was black as the Negroes, but he worked alongside. But he was proud and he was a hard worker, and he loved us. Daddy was strong as steel and tough to the bone. You never know your grandpa because he died when he was 36. Black lung took him just like a lot of the other miners. They gave us life, and they gave us pride. And Grandpa gave me a story to tell my little granddaughter many years later. Way back in the mountains, them holes in the hills are the same holes that are in our hearts today.